Hello, everyone. We are back once again. Facebook Live, 1:30 every Tuesday Pacific Standard Time. My name is Mark Stark, and we are in the middle of a 10-week series. In fact, we've covered four of the key foundational areas, and today we're going to cover number 5, which is entitled Administrative Support and Team Management. Now, if you remember last week, it was a very important statement that I made regarding that all these tend to work together, and you see them coming up in each, even though it's a separate step, it depends on some of the other steps. And today is going to be no exception. You're going to see the same things. And ultimately, so far we covered database management, we covered DRC and tying into your daily routine. We covered marketing, not only for the client, but we covered that, you need to utilize marketing to grow your business. And then we talked about processes and systems. Well, if you don't have that foundation of what I just mentioned, I have to tell you, administrative support and team management really becomes frustrating. So the message I need to send to you is all these depend on each other. They're intertwined, but when you do them together, it's like beautiful music. And so today, let's talk a little bit more about administrative support and team management. And, a question comes up. Why? Mark, really? I'm good. I can get my stuff done. I don't love everything, but I get it done. Why should I have administrative support? All right, well, let's talk about that. One, administrative support is ultimately there, and let's talk in general terms for a second, to leverage your highest and best use, which means you now are free, okay? You freed up your time to do what, one, you're best at, and two, what's best for your business. So if you're great at something, that's what you want to do a lot more of. Now, again, in general terms, focusing on your strengths, backfilling weaknesses. Stop doing things that you're truly not good at, okay? And ultimately, you don't even like to do. 3, start doing things that you ultimately should be doing, but at this moment you're not. Okay, that's in general aspects what administrative support, other people supporting what you're trying to accomplish, is key. It's key in all businesses. All right. So the number one statement I get when I ask someone, why aren't you considering hiring support? The number one reason I get is they can't afford it. All right. Or, you know what, I don't want to spend a zillion hours training somebody. And what if I hire them and they leave me? All right. All these happen much more often when you don't have that foundation that I mentioned earlier. See, when we skip steps, you basically open yourself up to those types of challenges. See, ultimately, when you say, I can't afford an assistant, what you're really saying is I don't have a daily revenue commitment. All right. I'm not committed to it. So I'm not generating revenue on an ongoing basis. And Mark, over time, I can't afford it. No argument. But see, part of what we do, we have to have that foundational revenue push. And as long as you commit to these foundational pieces, I'm telling you, are unstoppable. Now, here's what you can't miss. When you hire support staff and you're doing the things you're supposed to do, in that example, a DRC, you exponentially can leverage up your business much more than the cost of someone helping you. You can't forget that you're missing an opportunity to make so much more money and make it so much more easier on yourself and so much more inspiring for yourself if you just do the things you're supposed to do. All right, training. So let's talk about training a person, a staff person. So, Mark, okay, I bought in. If I do what I'm supposed to do, I can afford an assistant. But, I don't want to train them. It's such a nightmare, okay? Well, let me move back to processes and systems. All right, when you have your processes and systems in place, and they're clear in writing, included in your processes and systems, all right, your procedures, telling what you expect, how you want things done, Guess what? That's 90% of the training. Yes, I'm not here to tell you you won't have to spend any time training, but I am here to tell you you will dramatically reduce the amount of time that you have to train somebody if you have the proper information in line. You know what? You're able to give them that information, read this through, write your notes and your questions, because that's what we're going to go over tomorrow. Instead of, guess what? Starting over again. I had someone leave. I have to start back from ground zero and now go through all the training once again. This is killing me. No, with love, you're killing you. And you're killing you because you're not building those processes and systems. So now training is so much easier. How about hiring? Well, let's talk about the interview process. Again, when you have clarity around your expectations, your processes, your systems, they're all there in writing, which includes your marketing, which includes your DRC of what you do, the commitment you have on your own business. All right, what you do with your sphere. So it's clear about how you're managing your database. When you have that in there, the interview is so much easier. Why? Look at the clarity you have. You are so clear on what your expectations are. Your questions are better. You're more in tune with the answers. They answer something and guess what? You're not impressed. You ask them to read over this information and write their notes. One person comes in, they have very little notes. They said they read it over. Someone else, you can see, wrote all over your documents with numerous questions and wanted clarity for themselves on certain areas. Now that was impressive. I promise you, when you're following these different foundational issues, all these things get easier. When you skip steps, you're right, I agree with you. They absolutely get harder. So ultimately on hiring, you become a better interviewer. All right? Just because you're doing these foundational methods, which makes administrative support easier and more fun to have. Last one, certainly not least, is leadership and management important? Well, of course it is. But see, when you do all the proper steps, you know what? You're leading by example. Look, people ask me about team management. How do you really manage a team? Well, guess what? You can't manage a team successfully if you haven't built a process for yourself to produce. If I'm a team associate and I work with you, guess what I should be doing? Pretty much everything you did to build your business. And guess what? I don't have to figure that out for myself. You have that all clear. See, I've got to pick my DRC now as a team associate, just like you have a DRC driving your business. Yes, I might be focused in a different area. Maybe I'm focusing on different clients, a different neighborhood. It doesn't matter. What matters is I know each day what responsibilities I have. When I have that information as a team associate, let me be clear. You are a better leader. You are a better manager. Everything falls into place, even problems. Because if I'm doing the things I'm supposed to do, when I run into a problem, it's a valid problem. And guess what? Yes, you can help me through that as the leader and as the manager. And ultimately, for some of you, okay, you're the CEO as well. You're wearing 3 caps. Keep in mind, many people have a team and they hire a manager to handle some of those aspects and other handle them either partly or all by themselves. Either way, it doesn't matter. These foundational pieces will help you and or another manager do a phenomenal job. Look, in summing this up, it's this. I will say administrative support is a must in some way, shape, or form. We talked about different categories from transaction coordinators to part-time to full-time to virtual. All of it can work. But you definitely, if you want to maximize your success, then you definitely have to have administrative support. And if you are planning on starting a team, a brokerage within a brokerage, and you want your team associates to really succeed, then you need to commit to a culture that teaches by example. So when they come into your group, they feel what they need to do. They see what they need to do. It's explained, all right? It's not so much having to be taught, But guess what? It's just part of who you are. And when you do that, your administrative support and your leadership, be it you or anyone else, I promise you, including your team associates, will succeed at a much, much higher level. If this was valuable for you, please like it, of course, share it, continue to follow, recommend following to other people that you feel this information will be valuable to them. Next week, we're covering number 6, which is skill set enhancements. Have a great week, everybody, and we'll talk to you then. Bye-bye.